Let's go. The guys are in the building. Big Draft Energy Disco's here. We're getting a look at the dog. I think that's Kobe.
That's Kobe.
What's crack-a-lack-a-lacky, Kobe? What's going on, everybody? We're going to be live here for maybe, I don't know, how many drafts you got in you? One or two?
One. I got to be up at 5.
One draft. We got big announcements coming. It is not time yet, but we are going to be loading up a Patreon here, which is going to be covering pretty much all of your fantasy football bases, from rankings from 1 to 100 for Superflex, one quarterback, best ball strategies, picks that we like for the week. Teddy, I see you in there. What's good, brother? How do you like the new logo, bro? Disco made that yesterday. It's pretty sick, huh? We are queued up right now, currently in Drafters in the $3 lobby. If you guys are new to Drafters, haven't been on Drafters, you can sign up using code SLEEVES, match your deposit up to $100. And I got the co-host with the most Big Draft Energy. What's going on today, man? What's good?
Kobe's giving Papa some kisses. Kobe says, hi, Uncle Sleeves Bars. He said, hi. Good boy.
How old is Kobe?
We got him July 2019, so I want to say he's 526.
526.
Yeah.
How long did you get him from the puppy stage or no?
Huh?
Did you get him from the puppy stage or no?
Yeah, I think I got Kobe. We got Kobe. How old was Kobe when we got him, babe? No, how old was he when we got him? He was 10 weeks when we got him.
How long does the freaking teething stage last for? The teeth.
With him, he still does the same thing, right? Black Labs, because like they're taught to retrieve. They have very gentle bites, and that's also how he shakes hands. He'll literally just like bite your wrist and say hi like that. He's a cool baby. He's got gray on his chin like Papa Marble. He just turned older than me, which is terrifying.
We're at 5 of 12 right now. 7 spots left. Queue up, Teddy. Let's get we got a little, 35 minutes here for the draft starts. Let me break down let's get a couple thoughts here. Who are you looking at as any deep sleepers in this rookie draft that you like right now?
Nathan Carter and Isaac Tesla.
Isaac Tesla,
wide receiver from Arkansas.
Okay.
I did tell you about him earlier today, for what it's worth.
I thought you were referring to like a Tesla joke. I did not understand that.
No, it's TESLAA.
I'm looking at it right now. Isaac Tesla, wide receiver, Arkansas, white guy.
White guy. Look at the athleticism score.
6'96", 6'4", 214, 4.43, faster than Emeka Egbuka's pro day. 10 yards fit, 1.5. He's not bad athletic wise.
So athleticism, he's a specimen, right? He's a big white boy that can run and hit, and he's fearless, and he can make contested catches. He's like a faster, more athletic version of Jake Bobo. In the right system, like he was used very poorly in Arkansas. They used him as like a slot in a very rush heavy offense where
he didn't do much.
So he wasn't utilized properly. He should be like a true X receiver, but he was utilized as a slot, and he's a very big slot. But they had him coming down and cracking on defensive ends a heck of a lot. The dude could block. The dude could really, really block. His run after the catch is great. I think my favorite.
See his yards per catch, 20.
Yeah. So his catch radius and his contested catches, I would say, is tops in this class. Like, he's a big guy who could go up and get it, and I love that about him. And he's very physical. I think his route running needs some work. His separate, even though he's big and strong and can block very well, he also struggles coming off of the line when there's bump coverage in man, and he tends to drift into like the zone bubbles, so to speak, when there's zone coverage. Like he'll drift into the zone defender as opposed to like sitting in the hole. So there's a few things that I absolutely like about him: the measurables, the athleticism, the willingness
The
to
size
block.
is big. It's nice.
I think he's a great late dynasty sleeper and a great late dynasty hold
How
because
old
like
is he?
22, I want to say. But he's a big boy, man. He's a big boy that can run and hit, and if he can work on his craft of being a route runner, I think he'll be a very special wide
Bigger
receiver.
bully ball lab McConkey kind of look.
He's not a slot. He's not a true slot. I think he's like I don't want to compare him to another white guy because that would be so cliche. I don't have a comparison for him just yet. I
Another
would
white
say
guy.
he's more like his when I see him go up and get it, I think Drake London.
Oh, okay.
But everything else, like Drake London is like he's a
10 times
great
better.
route.
Right.
He's a great route runner. His separation, his first step, like everything's perfect. I'm just talking the contested catch aspect. I see Drake London there, but everything else he needs a lot of work. But I think he's a fun project. And he's definitely a name I'm paying attention to.
I like that. Take those notes down right there, chat. Observation is life. I saw this morning, man, and I guess it was from Daniel Brennan or whatever. I don't know his first name. I know it might be Daniel Brennan. He posted that video that he's always inside the locker room of the Browns, and he had the coach's aspect in the ears, and the trade was going through, and then he got blasted for saying that he had to take it back, saying that it was false advertisement. Everyone posted it, say.
Yeah.
I think that the Browns, I don't think it's a bad move for him, though, to be honest. I mean, they don't want to take Shadur, it seems like. I don't know why they don't want Abdul Carter at number 2 to go with Myles Garrett and just have the wrecking crew, which blows my mind. But if I would love to see another Sanders in Dallas.
So, like,
would you like to see Shadur
realistically,
prime time 2.0, baby?
Realistically, if they don't have, a Shador or a Cam Ward fall to them at the 102, who are they going to roll out? Kenny Pickett? Is that going to be their guy this year? Because Watson's out for the year.
I mean, either that or you trade back. That's either their best option, and maybe take a Jackson Dart, maybe collect as much as you can.
Yeah, but like just getting a quarterback for the sake of getting a quarterback doesn't make sense. The thing that makes the most sense for them, but makes no sense for the Cowboys, is the Dak trade, because the Dak trade would be spectacular for them, right? Because they get to offload that whole Deshaun Watson situation. But like, I never listen to reports unless it's official, right, or come from somebody who is a legitimate source.
Yeah, the funny thing is he has a legit background. He has a big podcast, major following, everything. He fucked up today bad.
Tom Pelissero, Adam Schefter. Those are pretty much the two guys. Ian Rappaport. Those are the guys I listen to. I got a dog hair in my eye. I'll be right back.
Oh, you're chilling. What do you think about this observation? I mean, I like the idea, and I do like him going to the Browns, right? Or I do like Dak going to the Browns. I do like Shadur if they want to take him. Do you think if this, quote unquote, random false information happens, are we going to see prime time Dion as the Cowboys coach to go along with his son? If they get it, what do we think? What do we think, chat? We are at 9 of 12 right now, guys. 3 spots left in the draft, too, by the way. If you guys are new in chat, smash that like. We are Drafters Fantasy Sports right now. If you guys have not signed up, you can use code SLEEVES, match your deposit to $100. Draft with us all year long. And we got started to work on the Patreon today. We're almost going to have, like I said, top 100 rankings for Superflex for 1 QB. We'll have best ball strategies. We're going to have draft strategies. And then as the tiers of premium, whatever money tier is paid or whatever at the time, you can possibly get one-on-one contact with us to help you draft at the same time and get cell contact. People consult with the team, dude. I thought there was a lot of rumors before, the Raiders and their head coach that he was going to go to the Raiders and Dion was going to go with him. So, once Pete Carroll went there, it kind of shot it down, but I thought that'd have been sick, dude. Get Dion and Dion together, prime 1, prime 2. That would be sick. Let's see here. Okay. 9 of 12, still 3 spots. We're still chilling, waiting. You guys got any questions? Fire away. Fire away. We're working on the rankings literally in a Google Doc at the same time here. Okay. Teddy, you ready for the drafts, bro? I don't feel like you're plugged in, dude. I don't feel like you're plugged in yet, Teddy. It's time to fantasy football it up, bro.
Dude, I just did the dumbest thing ever.
You got contacts in and got a hair under it, or what? That's the worst.
No, but like I thought it was the hair. I thought it was my contact, and I remembered I cut a really hot pepper, and I started rubbing my fucking eyes. And I'm like, here, blaming my dog, my poor baby. You see.
Not Kobe's fault.
It's not. Kobe's sitting back here. You can kind of see him.
Chilling. Yeah, I like that.
We put that couch right there for Kobe. That's Kobe's seat.
Posted up, watching the draft. I like it. We still got 2 spots left, guys. Want to hop in $3? We'll get it rocking here. I would say for me, I don't really know if it counts as a sleeper, but one guy that I cannot stop drafting and not stop targeting.
Yarns.
Could be my Iowa bias too, is Jaden Higgins. Jaden Higgins is an athletic freak, bro.
Yeah, I'd say Beck is definitely in there. If we're talking about exposure, it's definitely Beck for me. I like Higgins. I think his profile is good.
He's cheaper though, right? Beck's like 3 rounds cheaper, 4 rounds cheaper.
Yeah, I think Beck is a stud. I think Beck is a baller. But going back to Higgins, I think he's one of those situations where it's like if he falls into a really good spot, he's going to splash, right? So
that's
But if he falls into a bad spot, like say he falls to like a Carolina, he's one of those guys where it's like I don't want anything to do with you. That AO I can't even fucking pronounce it, but I'm looking at observations.
Yeah, Moore.
Yeah, he had a terrible 40 time, but like when you look at the history of wide receivers that ran terrible 40s, like Jarvis Landry, and like these guys all kind of panned out. Not necessarily all the really fast guys. I mean, you see a lot of fast guys become the ones who are the actual busts, right? I'd rather just look for, especially in the draft period, who is a refined route runner who can get open and who's a good football player, not a track star, right? You're not going to get a lot of Tyreek Hills or Xavier Worthies every single year. So, yeah, I want people to fade them a little bit more so I can get them.
I would say observation, and this is just my takeaway. Same thing from last year here, right? When you're saying Jalen Noel, right? Yeah, his production was great, but he's kind of my example would be your Jalen Polk, who kind of fed off Jaden Higgins, right? And made he's still a decent wide receiver, but I'm not a super high on Jalen Noel like a lot of people are.
Yeah, in a not so deep wide receiver class, I'm not just going to take dart throws on these guys. I want to be very specific about the guys I'm talking about. And yeah, it was Restrepo I was talking about. All those names sound the same.
Restrepo's 40 time. He made some comment by the way yesterday about why his 40 time was so slow. I forgot what it was, or he had, he's sick or something.
Oh, like, whatever, man. It wasn't like I'm not holding it against him. Dude is like even at the pro day,
Cam 12 spot.
The timing was great. I would trade spots with you in a heartbeat. I've only been drafting at the front of the draft. Super weird. Carl Ramrod's in here.
Ramrod in here at the 7. I like that. I don't think I know anyone else in here. Snipecha was in here with us yesterday. Atcho, Goyad, Rabid Buck fan. I don't know any of them. I drafted with French before. This guy drafts a lot. I don't know Pound Town or budget.
I mean, it's good. Just means that there's new people here. 7 out of 12. I'm ready. Let's draft.
Restrepo, if he had Michael Irvin, all these legends from Miami show up for this guy to break all the records, and then he's just not going to get drafted. I just don't believe that.
Well, he's gonna get drafted. Like I'm talking about, like in these best ball tournaments, I think he's a great steal. 20th. But somebody who's going undrafted and who is in wide receiver 2 territory because his team looks like they're not doing anything is Tyler Boyd.
What about Treylon Burks?
Well, it's not Treylon Burks. If we're looking at snap shares, efficiencies, if we're looking at who has more of
He's
like
just always hurt.
they went out and signed him because he has that rapport and camaraderie with Callahan, right? Callahan brought Boyd over with him. So it's going to be Ridley and it's going to be Tyler Boyd and then Traylon Burks. But Traylon Burks isn't your prototypical slot. So even in 3 wide receiver sets, 2 wide receiver sets, it's still going to be Tyler Boyd at the wide receiver 2. I think he's the ultimate round 20 pick right now in these drafters tournaments that nobody's fucking talking about because in that range, you want to either find somebody who's going to boom or somebody who's going to give you steady production. He's going to give you steady production just based off of availability.
You don't like Brandon Cooks over him? I like Brandon Cooks' late round splash play.
Who would I rather trust? Cam Ward, who's going to throw the ball fucking 50, 60 times, or Derek Carr?
Derek Carr. Everyone hates on him. He's not a bad quarterback, man. He's not.
I mean, he's not good. Listen, this is the Fresno, and you talking. And
it could be biased.
I'll let it slide this one time and this one time only. But Derek Carr is a piece of shit.
He was quarterback 1 for the first 3 weeks.
Yeah, for sure. But I also called them the biggest frauds for the first 3 weeks. Because if you look at the defenses that they played the first 3 weeks, they were fucking atrocious.
I agree. He says Nick Nash broke a bunch of records. Nick Nash was like second in the NCAA in receiving yards behind Fanning. But, their competition obviously less. But he is 25 as well. That's one of the things going to hurt him. It's like what's his name at quarterback that I like, but he's super old out of Louisville. Why am I blanking? He got a weird name. He's coming out at like 26. He went to 7 different colleges. He's been all over the place, but he had a monster year at Louisville last year. I can't think of his name. Tyler Show. I had to Google it. Oh, shit. Yo, I'm on the clock. All right. What's the move you want to make at the turn here? Why do you want the 12 spot so bad?
I want to get BTJ and Puka. I want to get BTJ
falling to 12.
And Drake London. I want to get BTJ and like BTJ.
He's not going to fall to 12.
He's been falling to the 12 several times, but like then I could also get Drake London and whoever I want because Drake London is somebody who I think is going to be a top 5 wide receiver. Again, I called him as a top 5 wide receiver last year, and nobody gave me my fucking flowers.
Yeah, he's a monster. And now with Penix, it's going to be a whole different story. It's going to look way better. Like I forgot who brought it up yesterday. I think it was observation. The utilization air yards since he stepped in was massively more.
Yeah, and the target share for Kyle Pitts is also very encouraging.
London
I think the one place where it's discouraging is the check down work to Bijan Robinson as a receiver. But the one thing I do like about like when you look at Kirk Cousins, he's kind of like trapped in quicksand. Like he doesn't really move well in the pocket at all, right? But when you look at Michael Penix, even his last year in Washington, the dude just doesn't take sacks. Like he will do whatever it takes to get rid of the ball and not take a fucking sack. Like he's not the most athletic quarterback, but he's athletic to avoid the rush. And I think that ability to extend plays even makes guys like Darnell Mooney very enticing.
Darnell Mooney? I don't have any shares of him yet. That's interesting. I got to note this right here. When Penix stepped in, how many targets do you think Drake London had in 2 weeks?
All of them. I want to say he averaged almost 11 to 15 targets in 2 weeks.
He had 15.5, 31 targets.
Yeah, 11 to 15.
Unbelievable numbers. Jesus.
Like people still don't realize that Drake London was a top 5 wide receiver for most of the season last year, and nobody wants to give me my fucking flowers. I had a guy give me a hard time because I drafted Drake London with my first pick in the second round. Like, are you fucking dumb? Yeah,
what do you mean?
How again I'm going to do it? I'm going to do it again and again and again and again.
What pick was it?
I was at the 111, or I was at the 112, and then
I just took London at the same spot. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean London's great, but this was last season.
So I look at it like this: I like London over Amon-Ra this year.
Yeah, I like him over Amon-Ra this year as well. I have London in Justin Jefferson territory.
Yep, I put him above Puka, not BTJ, and Nico. Man, Nico goes off when he's out there, man. It's tough.
And people are like, well, you can't really
I gotta stop dogging Nico. He's fucking good.
people are like you can't really put him in that same category. But like why not? The usage, like it's finally where it needs to be. He got a QB upgrade, and even though he didn't get consistent QB play, he still was absolutely spectacular. So now that he has a young guy who actually targets him and favors him, and an offensive scheme that wants to throw the ball and just move the ball and just be the fastest, like Atlanta's offense is going to be exciting this year. I want as many shares as I possibly can.
Oh, dude, I can't wait.
I like Bijan. I'm not willing to get the pay the piper of the 101 for Bijan, but I respect it. Like I understand it. Bijan has RB1 written all over him. Don't let Tip Majors know I said that.
I got Bijan at 1 this year.
Yeah, I mean, like he has that potential. I will not argue it or debate it whatsoever. I like Gibbs more, but with Zeitler being gone, it becomes a little bit sketchy there. But just because I like Bijan a lot makes me very invested in Tyler Algier just based off of the potential ROI as a like a late RB hitter for me.
I like that. I mean, if you look at last year, right? Gibbs is RB1 because literally Monty went down and Saquon didn't play the last game. Their split between them is like 20 points.
Yeah,
I think you're going to see a little more Tyler Algier phased out this year, more of a Bijan show.
I hope not. I think there's a world where both of them can eat. I think that team can easily average over 31 points per game, and they articulate the ball down the field with my guy Bijan, and then some touchdowns get stolen from Algier. I'm okay with that because I'm not invested in Bijan anywhere. Like I don't have him in
first share of Chase Brown. No dynasties, not Bijan.
No, I listen. I'm one of those people who can proudly say that I concede he is very talented, and I was hating for no fucking reason.
Okay, I like that.
You know what I mean? I could very I was wrong. I didn't think he would be a bust, but I didn't think he'd pay off his first round by last year. I was too scorned by him his rookie year in the rookie hype. But it was Arthur Smith that did me dirty. It is what it is.
That's a great point. Observations. I mean, dude, they get one of the easiest schedules. I wouldn't even say Tampa's really a contender. I mean, they're obviously a playoff team, but I don't see them doing much besides that.
You got to look at the division this way. Tampa Bay has the best run defense in the NFC, maybe even the entire NFL. They don't give up a lot of rushing productions to opposing running backs.
They have a great line. It's crazy.
I would say they have a great run stopping situation in their front seven, right? But if you look at New Orleans, they got fucking torn apart by the run. Like the fact that Javonte and Estime
they're the worst.
all ran like they are terrible. Carolina, one of the worst run defenses we've ever seen. They're bringing back defensive tackle Derek Brown off of injury, so he's going to be fine. They are probably in my mock yesterday, I had them taking Mason Graham at the 8. I believe that's where they're picking. I think they're gonna address it. I think New Orleans is also going to address their inability to stop the run because you got to look at the formula to beat that team, which means more Penix, more London, more Pitts, more Mooney. I'm here for it.
Here for it. I mean, dude, you're thinking about it. If you own Bijan, you're going into the fantasy football playoffs and you get the Saints week 16, week 17, you're sitting pretty. That's definitely a good point to look at it that way. Same with, if you're looking at Drake London. Same if you're looking at Kyle Pitts, Mike Evans. That whole division is trash, dude. I'd say it's the worst division in football right now, pending the draft.
Easily.
How it happens.
And I think the rule changes that they suggested makes a lot of sense too.
Kickoff rule?
Reseeding the playoffs. So
for the higher seed.
Yeah, so how we saw that instead of it being higher seed based off of division,
Minnesota had to play a road game.
Just based off of your record, the overall record. It makes the most sense, right? Like instead of the Vikings going on the road after winning 14 games and losing 3 to Arizona because there was the fires in LA.
Is that implemented fully right now? Already in?
No. Last I heard, it was suggested, but I think it's one of the best.
I think it's one of the best. Yeah, I like
one of the best suggestions we've seen. Obviously, the tush push, that one's just fucking stupid. Like Green Bay's dumb.
If they get rid of the tush push, Saquon's gonna score 400 fucking points
for sure. What's up, Fantasy Dog?
Fantasy Dog in the building. What's cracking, lacking, brother? How we doing? Let's see here.
I'm phasing out like my addiction for Coke and Sprite and Mountain Dew with this stuff.
Oh, I don't really want. I guess I'll take a share of Waddle.
It's not bad.
I know. I just need Miami to work on the line like I need the Seahawks to work on the line.
Yeah, I would say they are definitely the biggest losers of the offseason thus far. And there's no way they're going to fix it in the draft completely. They have done nothing but lose talent, and they didn't have a lot of talent to begin with. Like their biggest need is a second corner right now.
Who are we talking about?
Miami.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Seattle. Gotcha. So
no, Miami's biggest need
only has 3 picks in the top 100.
Yeah, their biggest need is a cornerback, and their offensive line is one of the worst in football.
They have 10 picks total, and we're talking about Seattle's got a lot of picks too.
I think Seattle might shock a lot of people, man.
They have 5 picks in the top 100. That's nice.
It really comes down to coaching.
It does. They have 5, 6, 7, 11 picks total, but God, their offensive line needs fucking work, bro. Bad.
They just need to be healthy, and yeah, they need to add some pieces for sure.
Let's see. Miami is rolling with Austin Jackson, James Daniel, Aaron Brewer, Liam Eisert, and Armstead. And Armstead can't stay healthy for the life of him.
This is also true.
I just traded for him in one of the leagues. 2 observations. It's hella funny. Marvin Harrison. Everyone's worried about Marvin Harrison.
I'm not. I'm very bullish.
I mean, the talent's still there. I think you're right. The Kyler Murray connection. That's what I was saying earlier yesterday on stream. It's like it's all Trey McBride, and Trey McBride's gonna have enough tight end 1 season. Give me some touchdowns, bro. I
think Maserati, Marv, and Kyler come back in a way this year.
Oh, he's gonna be on my bounce back player list tomorrow. I'm doing my top 10 bounce backs. Jerry Bagshaw, what's good, my man? How we doing? Welcome in. Hope you have a good night. We're drafting away here. What's Disco's team looking like? He picks up Montgomery to go with K9, Olave, Chase, Moore, Worthy, like that. Late QBs for both of us again. Draft strategies. The draft strategies. Where do you think Kirk Cousins? Do you think he's not starting this year? Or do the Browns make the play?
Unless there's an injury, it doesn't make sense for him to start.
What about the Browns?
Browns have nothing for a year. You got to look at it this way: the Browns have nothing to gain to make a trade for another obnoxious contract.
Neither did I mean, well, yeah.
They have like from a business perspective, it's literally impossible with Deshaun Watson still there. Literally impossible. They will not be able to field the team with their quarterback and backup quarterback who is not playing a single fucking snap with like some of the most guaranteed money in history and some of the most allegations in history as well. Shout out to Deshaun Watson, you're a piece of shit.
What is their hit if they cut him? Like
significant.
40 mil?
I wouldn't say that significant, but it's very significant. At the end of the day, they made their bed when they drafted Penix, right? They drafted Penix as a contingency plan in case Cousins sucks. But Cousins they brought in because he could change the franchise and he can run the table with them. So if anything happens to Penix, they have the best backup. Right now they have zero leverage whatsoever. But we see that often change. Those circumstances often change. So if he's currently under contract, you might as well pay him for his services. Pay him to help Michael Penix understand the system, understand how to be a good football player. And when there's an injury to like, say Trevor Lawrence goes down again, there's no Mac Jones to fill in, right? That's a team that could potentially, make the move and then finagle. It's a terrible example because they also just gave Trevor Lawrence a ridiculous contract. Speaking of ridiculous contracts, buddy, who's your team?
Oh, don't look behind me, man. Brock Purdy's about to get $55 million.
He's about to rob you guys. Fucking
you this. I do not like it. I don't think he's worth that.
He doesn't deserve it. Mac Jones could have done the same fucking shit with the same fucking team. You give me CMC, and I swear to God, Ben Roethlisberger, bring him out of fucking retirement. He's fucking putting up better numbers than Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, I will give him credit. He took care of the football, kind of. But when he had the opportunity to step up and be the guy with no CMC, he was one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL this year. And like, he doesn't deserve the bag. I'm sorry.
I would say NFC Championship games. Obviously, a lot of talent around on both sides of the ball. Any quarterback.
NFC Championship game had more so to do with him just not like Shanahan looked at him and he's like, just don't fuck up. Just don't fuck up. And the same guy he looked at, he said, just don't fuck up. Don't throw the ball away. Don't be Will Levis. Like, all he had to do is be anybody but Will Levis, and he would have been successful.
Don't be getting at my mayonnaise like that, bro. That's my guy.
Mayo, bro.
All right, are you ready for this?
No.
So I pulled up Sport Track. This is what would happen right now if the Cleveland Browns were to cut Deshaun Watson this season. They would lose a dead cap hit of $119 million, including $92 million in cash, with a 2026 dead cap of $53.8 million, making it $161 million in dead cap.
And what's the salary cap? $270 million.
Talk about the worst. It says right here, this would be the largest dead cap hit in NFL history by a team total. So the 49ers hit $83 million this year. This is one man that would beat an entire team at $85 million.
That's crazy work.
Holy shit. And let's say they wait until after the 2025 season to cut him. They go into 2026. It would still get historically bad of $72.935 million with $46 million in cash.
That's crazy.
2027, this contract has just killed them, bro.
Worst decision they ever made.
Yeah, very bad. A strong Purdy take. I mean, I'm a realistic Niner fan though too, man. I know Shanahan, I know the system, I know the players, I know how good our team is. Do I think Brock Purdy's bad? No. Do I think he's earned 40-45? Yes. Do I think he's earned 55-50? No. I would say he's about 35-40 range. I mean 45-50 range, I guess, but
no. So like 35 to 50 is kind of like where everybody's getting paid right now, right? Yeah. Unless you're a quarterback for the New York Giants, which is a different conversation. Let's parking lot the New York Giants. We'll get back to it.
Davey Dimes.
But like, it's just so fucking. I don't like it. I don't like it, man. I just don't fucking. I'm just gonna stop. Like, you look at it this way: Sam Darnold makes so much fucking money.
Yeah, it's out of control.
And he doesn't deserve to make. Geno Smith is making so much fucking money.
Out of control.
And we gotta say, Brock Purdy's just a tier above that, right? And then like there's guys like Trevor Lawrence, who hasn't really like lived up to the money he's being paid, but they had to pay him because he's their guy, right? He's on the team. He's their guy. They drafted him with a first overall pick. We're not going to let him go out of the building, so we have to pay him this stupid money. Jared Goff, another guy who I fucking hate, I think is a terrible quarterback. He should be getting paid similar money to Geno Smith and Sam Darnold. But no, this guy, also another guy who just fucking inflated the fucking QB market to just it's. And now we're looking at Brock Purdy, a guy who, like, to be a game manager, you have to be able to make the play to win the game. Right? I don't think we've ever seen that from Brock Purdy, where he was the guy. Like CMC in that NFC Championship game against the Detroit Lions. I won. 2 touchdowns, almost 100 rushing yards. Fucking George Kittle taking 3-yard receptions. Deebo Samuel taking 3-yard receptions. Somehow turning those fucking targets into 100+ yards.
Purdy's like that. A very accurate deep thrower.
What?
He's a very accurate deep thrower. He's like,
how many deep throw completions did he hit this year without CMC in the huddle? Don't worry, I'll wait. Brock Purdy has never played a snap. Huh?
I haven't seen the stats, but I know he led in completion percentage with passes over 40. I think most attempts too.
He also had one of the worst QB ratings, one of the worst. So Deebo Samuel, based off of his targets, had the least catchable, like one of the least catchable targets based off of his targets. He was just bad. He was all kinds of bad. Like Caleb Williams kind of bad this year. And the only difference is there was no fucking CMC there. He's had CMC there his entire career. His first snap, CMC was a starting running back there, right? Remember, Jimmy Garoppolo went down. I believe you guys are playing the Miami Dolphins in the first series. Insert Brock Purdy because Trey Lance broke his leg. several weeks earlier. But you guys were still a winning team. You guys were what, 8-4, 7-4
Yeah.
at that point. You guys still rallied and won, but Brock Purdy just didn't lose the game because Kyle Shanahan's like, just don't fuck up. And it's been like that ever since he's taken the fucking helm. But just because the team's been so stacked and they have CMC carrying the fucking
Yeah, we're gonna
load,
find out what he's made of now.
well, we had the opportunity to find out what he was made of last year when he finally faced adversity. How many games below 500 were you guys?
Shit, we took so many injuries though.
Like if this is what you're investing in your future, and you're fucked.
I mean,
I will take chances on 10 more Trey Lances before I pay Brock Purdy fucking $5 million.
I agree with that. I do. I that's what I said. Like, do I think Mac Jones could do the same production? Probably.
100%.
Here's observation. He says he thinks the Colts are going 2-15. How many wins are you going to give the Colts?
The best thing they had going for them was their offensive line, and now that's in Minnesota.
I'd say 5. 5. They're going to be playing for a top 3 pick.
The best thing they had going for them was their offensive line, and it's in Minnesota. Will Fries.
I think the Jags are going to surprise people, man. Dude, T-Law was hampered last year. You don't think so? I think they're 8-9.
I'm bullish on the Jags. Like, everybody's making fun of Liam Cohen. I think Liam Conan's a brilliant. Like, yeah, he's hella awkward, but I mean, Bill Belichick is the most awkward human being on the fucking planet. Being awkward doesn't translate into losses. It just makes you fucking a special individual. Like, fuck. It's like Rain Man. Like, give me more Rain Man coaches. And I think Liam Conan's like the perfect Rain Man scenario for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I love Trevor Lawrence in a way. I'm buying low. Like, yeah, I've tried to find the guys who are like Trevor Lawrence is my guy. You see how many times I've fucking stacked BTJ and Trevor Lawrence. It doesn't matter where I'm fucking drafting. I'm still doing it.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think the Jags are surprising this year. I think they might be a playoff team. We got to find out how the draft goes here and what they pick up here. I think they're going to get Tet. They need wide receiver help.
Tyler Warren?
I don't think Tyler Warren. I think Brent Strange is better than people think, man.
If it's not Travis Hunter, if Travis Hunter doesn't fall to them at the 5, it's Tyler Warren, or it's a defensive tackle or end.
I could see them taking Tet to, two big body, just fully ball receivers.
They got too many holes, man. They got too many holes.
That's for damn sure.
Looks good.
Ooh, we might be able to connect this here, but I don't think I'll get the way back. There goes T-Law. Oh my God, dude, I think I won this draft, bro. This is ridiculous.
So why I like the 112?
Oh, dude, look at this fucking team. Oh! I meant to click Michael Penix. Oh, well. It's fine. And he takes Penix. So we got CJ Stroud, Christian Kirk, Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison connects. CMC, Chase Brown, Kamara Stevenson, Drake London, Marvin, Waddle, Kirk, Pittman, Diggs. Tight end room, nothing.
Yeah, you're gonna need to make some magic happen there.
No, it'll fall back to me. Give me the money shot.
I don't think Kyle Pitts is going to fall to you because the guy who has
the guy took him. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and he's definitely not falling past me. I'll tell you that for free.
Tucker Kraft, Caleb Williams, DJ Moore. Dude, Caleb Williams in for a big year this year too.
If Dak falls to me, I might let Kyle Pitts slide.
T-Law is and was a bust. I'm not willing to say that yet, Fantasy Bug. Not pro Purdy, just saying. I mean, Purdy is just in the tier below. That's what I'm saying. He's tier 2 QB, right in that payment. I don't think he should be getting 50, 60.
Tier 2? Are we really talking? If we're talking about Jalen Hurts being on the cusp of a tier 2 quarterback,
Jalen Hurts is tier 1.
Is he?
Yes. With the test first, automatically.
It's fucking arguable. Like, I think Jalen Hurts is top 3. I love Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is one of my fucking favorite quarterbacks, and I'm glad he won a Super Bowl.
I have him at 4.
But if you look at like NFL Twitter, people are fucking very opposed to
a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
they're just very opposed to Jalen Hurts. They don't think that he's a good quarterback. They don't think he's a good fucking player. They think like the way he got there is fraudulent. But like he's just done it every year he's played, right? Which is just fucking boggling.
When your mind's trapped in a bottle.
Yeah, my mind's trapped in a bottle. Let it go.
GT at 5. I did with all the shakeup that's happening in this draft. It's going to tell us a lot, man. It's going to be a really crazy draft heading up here.
But like you have so many holes. You're not going to fix your holes by bringing in a running back like that. I don't think that happens. And like this is the first time in like with the since the merger of the NFL where all 32 teams still have all 32 picks. You know what I mean? Like every team has their first round pick. It's the first time we've seen it.
Right.
It's the first time I've seen it in my lifetime.
I still think someone's going to trade up or trade out, but
for sure. And like, which brings me back to the parking lot discussion. A perfect segue. I think the team that trades out of the top 3 picks, it's got to be the New York Giants now, right? Their biggest team need, the most glaring need that they had was quarterback. They clearly are not invested in Shedeur Sanders at this point in time. And it's like, yeah, Travis Hunter is a spectacular player, but are we sure he's going to fall there? I think they're the team that's going to trade down and they're going to build some draft capital. And I think they might capitalize incredibly well. Because, like, I think Dable is an incredible coach. I think Schoen
he's very good.
I think Schoen is just a fucking dumbass. Like, they beat Minnesota in a playoff game, and it just all went downhill from there with his decision making. Like, the decision making was just catastrophic.
Oh yeah. I can't believe they made it that year. That was coach of the year, 100%.
I think the Vikings should get Travion Henderson if he's there. I understand you brought in Jordan Mason, you re-signed Aaron Jones, but Travion Henderson is a once in a lifetime running back that nobody's talking about, and it's starting to piss me off.
We got to reach for Komet. Russell Wilson at the helm just hurts my soul. We're gonna actually go like this, and we're just gonna reach for the old guy that we want on a new landing spot.
Travion Henderson is my Brian Thomas Jr. of last year, and Brian Thomas Jr. is my Jamar Chase of last year.
Ooh, Travion Henderson
is my Brian Thomas Jr. of last year.
I mean, it's just so hard with the top 3. They're all.
I think he has to, like. Obviously, we still have to await his landing spot. But fuck, he goes to a KC, he goes to Minnesota. This guy's got top 10 written all over him.
Well, here be the question, right? If you take vision, you take balance, you take what's the third one I'm looking for?
Pass blocking.
All that together, Ginty's at the top of every single one but pass blocking.
I mean, like, I think Ginty is a very good pass catching back. Don't get me wrong. We just didn't have to see a lot of it last year. With that being said, I still think, what it comes down to is, are you a 3-down physical back? And that's Travion Henderson. He checks all the fucking boxes, and we're talking about explosive plays. Yes, Travion Henderson is more explosive athlete than Genty. Genty has better contact balance, I would say.
Unbelievable.
But like the way Genty gets fucking ragdolled by blockers has me very concerned, right? Like, is he a 3-down back? And he should be at that size, right? I think that's one facet that we need to see him improve as is just not getting fucking ragdolled as a blocker, but he's also 5'9". It doesn't translate well. But if we're talking about an every down back, a guy who's going to get more volume just based off of all of the abilities and all the boxes being checked, Travion Henderson, he's the best running back in this class. It's not even close. And that's how we're gonna be discussing it at the end of the year.
Observation says I think the Vikings trade back in. They only have 4 picks. They could. I mean, I could see them doing that.
But they also don't have a lot of glaring needs.
Not really.
No,
Not really.
Like there is
defenses, offensive line is stacked.
I think their biggest glaring need is free safety. Safety or strong safety. Whatever Harrison Smith decides to play at age 36, I think that's maybe another pass rusher. But they got 2 really good pass rushers. They got 2 spectacular defensive tackles. Like they could just be like, okay, we're really rich, like the Philadelphia Eagles, and just keep adding pass rushers and get like a fucking Mike Green from Marshall or something like that. But
this is why Aaron Rodgers needs to be a Viking, right?
He
Let's
has to
hammer
be.
that home.
It's the perfect storm for him to come.
I
And
agree.
August 18th, like Brett Favre did, a week or two before the season kicks off, and just take him to the fucking NFC Championship game. Because why the fuck not? Because if Aaron Rodgers isn't the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings this year, I think they struggle making the playoffs. I don't think JJ McCarthy is a bad quarterback. I just don't think he's ready. I think he needs another developmental year where there's a bridge quarterback ahead of him.
We're gonna rock out with K. Dotton and Cole Kmet. I just got Wandale Robinson 30 past ADP, by the way.
That's fine. I mean, like, you look at that depth chart, Russell Wilson Moonball is like a one-trick pony.
Yeah, but Dayball is a screen master. And that's where Wandale lives, is in the short.
Okay, so in order to be able to be a good screen passer, you need to be able to see where the fuck you're throwing.
I don't mean just screens. I mean short passing game.
Okay. You need to be able to see where the fuck you're throwing the ball. Russell Wilson's good at the fucking moonball because he can't see where he's throwing.
Can't see the trucks over the line.
He's like, okay, I'm going to throw it in a spot I think you're going to be, and I'm going to pray, right? He doesn't have the legs on him like he used to.
I like that.
I saw
he's a starting quarterback. I don't know.
I think NFL DFS picks said it. He said he sent a meme of Travis Hunter would be the perfect New York Giant because
Moonball.
He could play wide receiver and cornerback for both Russell Wilson and James Winston.
That's good.
Yeah,
I mean, if you go back and you always talk about how you love Shadur Sanders as one of your favorite scoutable quarterbacks. If you look at it, you know how many times Travis Hunter fucking saved him on bad passes?
I would say several times, but do we think that that's due to inaccuracy? Because if we're looking historically, he's one of the most accurate players in
Travis Hunter. Well, in the short game, he is. If
we're looking completion percentage,
yeah, because
accuracy, we're looking at the overall prospect. He's historically one of, if not the most accurate quarterback. The numbers don't deny it, right? So why does it have to be short throws and short throw accuracy? Because he also had a historically bad offensive line. Imagine you give him some time, right? I think people are sleeping on him. And there goes my guy. I had him queued up. I wanted to take him. Here's what it is.
Who? Hopkins?
No, Shador.
Oh God, I'm rocking a 2 QB build this time. All right, so let's go like this. We got Jerry likes Travion as well here too. I like Travion as well. I just don't like him over Genty. Vikings, Jones, and Mason. Dude, Mason. I've been telling you guys, man, give Jordan Mason a starting job. This guy's gonna fly. Disco's flat out bringing it. 2 guys are fire. I love it. So here's the question, right? And landing spots. Let's predict the landing spot. Let's say Genty goes to the Raiders, right? Full workhorse bell cow. Where would Henderson have to land to outproduce him this year as a rookie?
KC,
Denver,
definitely Denver. I love
that they're still going to work Pacheco in and Hunt. You know that,
but I don't think Pacheco's going to be the same guy.
I don't either, but they're going to work them all in, and that would not be
like if we're looking at that injury, nobody's really come back and ever been the same guy. Like Pacheco is like, I'm done with him. I'm selling him for a fucking half-eaten Twinkie. And
I can't get any value in Dynasty, bro. Nothing.
No, fuck.
Third round pick is trash,
and it's a shame because his story, like it's a great story. You know, the way his sister got killed, and that's why he runs so hard and angry. And like I love the guy. I loved watching him play a ball, but like that injury is just one that like nobody's overcome.
I know.
You know what I mean? And then Kareem Hunt, like, I'm not fucking worried about Kareem Hunt over Travion. Like, okay. Let me pull up the draft order. I'll give this more of a thought.
Do I take a shot on Carr here?
Pittsburgh is another great one.
I mean, I could take a shot on Derek Carr here late, I guess. I don't love it. I don't hate it.
Pittsburgh is a great landing spot for Travion.
Yeah, but that would ruin your Warren hype.
For sure. But like if we're talking about just what would be
chat, is Jaylen Warren ever going to be a 3-down running back?
I think he has all the ability as a blocker. It just comes down to can he stay healthy, right? I think the 49ers can use him, but I don't think it's a great landing spot, especially with ADP. cards would be great for him, especially with James Conner being on the way out. And Trey Benson's not going to be the guy I thought he was. I think the Commanders is the perfect storm.
Commanders?
Yeah.
Oh, no love for Brian Robinson, huh?
I literally just drafted Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler. I double stacked them.
Great handling on Pacheco. Sit. Great handle on. What do you mean? Finish. Great handling on Pacheco. Sit. Am I reading that wrong?
I don't know.
I was like, you got to retype that one for me. I don't know what that means. Great handling on Pacheco. So I'm trying to decipher it.
I feel bad for all the dummies who drafted Jameis.
Oh yeah, bad. I was gonna take Aaron Rodgers late too, but I didn't. But I think
I only take Aaron Rodgers late if I have Justin Jefferson or TJ Hawkinson or Kobe. What are you barking at, puppies?
See, I got a little micro stack there. That's right. Great handling on Pacheco. Sit. Good Benson take. Benson was just, man, he looked slow at the gates and everyone gave him shit. And then he looked good the next time. And his yards per carry were very high. But
yeah, I mean, like that team needs to invest in the offensive line. Like I like Tedero McMillan going there or San Fran to like really shock people. But realistically, both of those teams in the you guys are what, the NFC West?
Yeah, we got 5 days till the IU 23 million kicks in.
I mean, you're not trading him away. So.
I don't think so either. I think he's stuck there.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's going to take that contract off of ACL. But, there's always the New England Patriots who pay $26 million for 31-year-olds with a torn ACL.
We can afford it.
Yeah.
We can afford it. Hey, man, I think a Keenan Allen, a fucking Amari Cooper to go with
Diggs
would be spectacular, not just for Drake May, but also for Demario Douglas.
Yes. I mean, yes, that would really open up.
Because, those are two guys who would definitely take 1 and 2 coverage, and he is still the splash play guy.
Yeah, right? And his value goes up, I think, a little bit, not a lot, but
I would be more bullish on him because he's
actually his value is going to drop.
Well, no, people are going to devalue him because there's two guys ahead of him. But the way football works is you're going to face the third worst coverage player, and you're going to face more single high. And if you can get behind that with a little bit more time and Drake May's massive fucking arm, you are going to be a spectacular play.
Yeah, I see that. All right, here we go. Sleeper running back-to-back picks. Do we like Jonathan Taylor to stay healthy, or are we going to see Khalil Herbert in there at all for a splash play? Do we think
it's the offensive line there? The offensive line is fucking in shambles. Like Jonathan Taylor is somebody who I will get exposure to because he's so conveniently priced. But do I think he's going to be spectacular? One, he's proven not to be healthy.
Yeah, no, that's the main thing.
Two, the offensive line, 2 of their interior studs are gone.
I'm trying, but he what does he miss? 4 games a year on average over the past 3 years since he was RB1?
Roughly, yeah.
So Khalil Herbert may get a crack at this. If he falls to me.
Drake May plus 700 to throw 4K yards for sure because he still needs 3 more offensive linemen. They only brought in 2 guys in the offseason so far, right tackle and a center. And Bradbury's good. Morgan Moses
takes Khalil Herbert, bro.
Morgan Moses is injury prone.
All right, back to the drawing board here. I do like Jarquez Smith as a dart throw. Or Jarquez Hunter. All right, we're going to go here. And we're going to go here. We're going to just splash 2 rookies at the end. I mean, dart throws, but I like the running back room. I like this draft a lot. A lot.
I'm about to bring mine home.
What do you got here? Let me see what's going on. I like Jatavion Sanders going to be on my second-year breakout watch list.
Yeah, I think you're going to get like Dallas Goedert production from Jatavion Sanders.
Oh, man, he was clicking till the injury. They were starting to groove, and then all of a sudden the injury just ruined his season.
Yeah,
but he's
Dallas Goedert's the same. Clicking until the fucking injury, right?
I'm trying to think of who else I had on my second year breakout, and these are like players that weren't, active. I'm pulling my list on my phone. Gotta go to my drafts. I just have 100 drafts waiting on my Twitter. Oh yeah, Keon Coleman is another one
You like Coleman?
for a second year breakout. Yeah,
Yeah, I like him. I think I'm more bullish on Shakir now than ever. I do like Coleman. I'm trying to buy him low everywhere. You succeeded.
and he's 20.
Yeah.
Or 21 now.
Yeah.
Let me throw it out here. I wish, man, I keep just in my mind, I want to see Ben Sinnott so bad, but it just never happens.
Yeah, it's painful. It's another situation that reminds me I need to not just fall in love with the player, I need to fall in love with the situation.
Yes. I'm gonna say let me think here. I was gonna say McMillan, but obviously they brought back
Godwin,
and still got Evans out there. Trying to think of other players on the top of my head. It's tough right now for the second year breakouts.
What about Jerome Baker? One reception would be considered a breakout for him, right?
Javon Baker. Don't talk about my guy like that. Ricky Persall is another one.
I mean, he could.
Shakir is like plus 200 for 10 TDs, comparable to a lot of third round picks. I don't think Shakir's getting 10 TDs. I think when you get down to the red zone, he doesn't get looked at a lot unless it's short.
As a true slot receiver, I'm not really worried about his touchdown upside. I think he pays off his ADP currently without the touchdown equity. The touchdown equity just turns him into a far better investment when we're talking about ROI. So, yeah.
All right, let's lock into it here. 20 picks in. We're done. You got one more draft in, or you done?
Oh, I'm done, buddy. I was supposed to be in bed 30 minutes ago. All
right, BDE goes with the rookie 2 QB layout with Caleb Williams and Cam Ward. He connects DJ Moore. He goes for the Tyler Boyd late pick that we just talked about to connect with Cam Ward if he goes to the Titans, which looks like he's a lock to go to the Titans. Kenneth Walker, David Montgomery, Pollard, Brian Robinson, love the first four. Tyler Algier, great handcuff. Braylon Allen, great handcuff. Austin Eckler, great splash play. DJ Moore, Jamar Chase, Xavier Worthy, Olave, Keon Coleman. We just talked about Trey Harris. I'm starting to like more and more. I can't forget about
he's a fucking stud. Don't overthink it. Draft him. Guys, he's a fucking stud. Don't overthink it. Draft him everywhere.
Mike
the
Boyd,
guy.
Tyler Boyd, the guy. I do like it, dude. His jumping off the board more and more and more.
The fucking guy.
I don't know if I like him over Higgins yet, though, but it's close. Tucker Kraft, Pitts to Tavion Sanders. Your tight end room, you of course take Pitts, jump on Pitts early. I love Pitts this year.
It's just the value is so nice.
I'm gonna go
I fucking hate him.
I'm gonna go A- on it. I like it a lot. I think, couple risky, all injured running back kind of squad, but besides that, it's not bad. I think Caleb Williams breaks out hard. What do you rank mine?
All right, you go fucking missionary, my guy. At least you're consistent with the missionary roster construction 3683. As missionary as it fucking gets you, vanilla.
I'm just playing the percentages, man. It was 40% of the top.
Vanilla fuck. Okay, I love the discount you got on Kyler Murray. I love that a lot. You got him at more 13 pick discount. Nice. CJ Stroud, not bad. Derek Carr had an incredible discount, 20 pick discount there. CMC, I mean, if he's healthy, that's fucking steal of the draft right there, right?
Yeah.
The 112. He even goes later than that. Chase Brown, I'm not
that's my first share. It's my first share.
Who do you know that was more bullish on Chase Brown last year than me?
I was waiting before you dive into that. I was waiting for you to say this landing spot. Travion Henderson to the Bengals.
I know. Listen, the Bengals
need blocking.
Sure. It could be okay, but that defense is fucking
bad.
Putrid.
It's bad.
They're gonna get cooked all year. You're gonna do this fucking pay T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow this kind of money every draft pick.
More than 80% of the whole roster NFL's lineups of offense.
Every draft pick has to be defense because your defense was historically
and they'll still be bad.
Yeah. So if they go Travion,
why not just tank it out?
Yeah. If they take Travion Harrison, they're just done.
I
would love it as a Travion truther. I would love it, but it's just dumb. But who was a bigger Chase Brown truther than me last year? Nobody.
Yeah, you got him a lot in the middle of the rounds. You did.
Nobody was more invested in Chase Brown. Nobody said Zach Moss would be fucking irrelevant the way I did, right? Zach Moss was like, I didn't hit all my calls, but I smashed the fuck out of this one. Not in on Chase Brown this year. I say that to say this. Alvin Kamara, like the pick. Fuck, he might, like, Ashton Genty could very well end up in New Orleans, and we might see him, Alvin Kamara, get traded to Denver and reunite with Sean Payton. What a world would that be, right?
Ooh, that'd be sick. That'd be
You
sick.
gotta ask, how do you think Diggs does this year?
That's got to be a tweet you throw out right now. I like that one that much. That
What?
the Saints trade Alvin Kamara, or I don't know how you'd predict that trade to work out because the Saints are at 9.
There's a world where the New Orleans Saints bring in Ashton Genty, and if they bring in Ashton Genty, I think that Alvin Kamara will get traded to Denver. But like this, like we're looking at, like this is the Marvel alternate universe where they like really fucked everything up. Like it's just a stupid theory. It is what it is. But yeah, Alvin Kamara could like I like that situation for him.
And Kellen Moore is a Boise Bronco. That's right. I remember those days at Boise, man.
Putting it all together, right?
Putting it all together,
Andre, we only have 2 good offensive linemen this year. I got to see what we do with our 4th overall pick. Hopefully, we go Will Campbell or Abdul Carter. But even if we go Abdul Carter, like we are still hurting at the offensive line position.
Really
There's
bad.
not really many free agents out there that are going to fortify that offensive line. So, it comes down to, can we play action? Can we throw deep? Do we have time to get? Even though Diggs isn't like a deep ball guy, he's more of like you still need time to get rid of the ball. So it really comes down to offensive line. If we invest in 2 offensive linemen in the first 3 rounds, I think he has a chance to be a baller. Ramondre, Hunter, Trevor Etienne. Trevor Etienne is somebody I'm not interested in. I understand, like, you got the Lindy situation there. I'm just not interested. I put on the tape. It's like nothing stands out to me. The fact that, like, you're drafting Trevor Etienne and you like him, and you're looking at Nathan Carter and you're like, oh, yeah, it's just a guy that Disco's talking to. Like, Nathan Carter's him. Nathan Carter's the guy. Drake London, Marvin Harrison Jr., Jalen Waddle, Christian Kirk, Michael Pittman. Like, your first 2 wide receivers, love. Jalen Waddle, great best ball player. Kirk is somebody I'm not drafting, and especially ahead of ADP.
I like Kirk this year. Stephon Diggs was wide receiver 8 in the slot last year, averaging 15 points with Nico Collins healthy. Christian Kirk can do the same thing younger.
So, like, what was the one thing that the Houston Texans needed to do in the offseason?
Offensive line. They've done a little. They've helped it a lot.
What?
They've worked on the offensive line. They brought in a couple pieces.
Who? They've only lost pieces.
No.
Hey, Cam Robinson and trading away Laramie Tunzel, that's bringing in a piece. That is literally getting fucking worse.
I thought they just signed the guy 2 days ago.
You could talk to me about fucking Devon H and all the. Do not. O-line is like fuck.
They brought in Trent Brown. That's what it was a couple days ago.
Trent Brown. When's the last full healthy? When's the last full healthy Trent Brown?
2005.
This is coming from a guy who knows that the only healthy Trent Brown seasons are when he's under Coach Belichick. Yeah. Every other year, he just steals money from everybody else. And Mekhi Becton's going to do the same thing to the LA Chargers this year. It's fucking terrible. Michael Pittman, love the pick, love the value. He's at such a, like, it's criminal how underrated he is currently right now. And you got him 4 picks past ADP.
I got Diggs, too.
Yeah, Diggs. I think, like, Pittman, Diggs, Cooper, London, Marvin Harrison Jr., Waddle, that's sick. Your tight ends need work.
Yeah, it's rough.
I do like Cole Kmet to be a smash play this year, though. Like, he has top 10 written all over him. I even like him as a top 5 tight end.
I said the highest. I got a 7 8 yesterday.
Yeah, but I think he has one potential, but like Brock Bowers, the situation is just too nice. It just comes down to Geno Smith and what's his face? Pete Carroll not fucking.
What's up, Squints? I got one for you. You ready? Before we head out here, trade back for the Patriots. And what was that guy's name we were talking about like 2 days ago? It's a monster that's going to the top 10. That's a weird name. Memboya.
Armand Membu from Mizzou.
Yes, that guy. That's who you trade back and pick.
Yeah, I mean, like he's an athletic specimen, great tackle. Will Campbell is like the only knock on Will Campbell is his arm length, and they didn't realize his measurables until the combine. And he still hasn't given up many sacks, if any, at all at the tackle position. It hasn't mattered up until the combine measurables. There are certain measurables that are irrelevant. This guy's a fucking baller. He's a great protector. And like even if he's a guard or a tackle, like we saw Joe Tooney fucking fill in everywhere for the KC Chiefs.
All
Be
over the line.
be absolutely everything for them. Versatility is not a bad thing. The more you can do, the better asset you are for a program.
That's true. The offensive line grew. I never go against you with the offensive line. It's crazy how much you know.
Tyler Booker, guys, wherever he goes, that's the running back you fucking want.
That's
Secretly, I want us to trade down so we can rationalize picking Tyler Booker. But I'm like, as a Patriots fan, I am okay if we use the 4th overall pick. I don't care if Travis Hunter's there. I don't care if Abdul Carter's there. This is how good this guard is. I don't care if they're there. If we take Tyler Booker over those names, I'd be happy.
Oof. Ramondre Stevenson gets a bump. Drake
to the moon.
Passing game gets
to
a
the
bump.
moon.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. It's been an hour. I'll be back. Are you gonna be back tomorrow?
We'll figure it out.
What? We'll be back tomorrow either way. Big announcement coming in about a week here. We're trying to plan it all out, get our little side project we got working on for a Patreon coming up here, guys, for the season. Thank you guys. Oop, go ahead.
You got to do a close-up of the logo. It looks sick.
How do I do a close-up?
I don't know. Do you have the actual picture?
Yes. Hang on.
It's a great logo.
The new logo is done. Can I share this?
What's up, Squint? You're killing me, Smalls.
I can't share my picture.
On Twitter?
Yeah. But okay. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, got you. This is the new logo done by Disco yesterday.
I love the name too, man. The Guyz, the Guyz.
Yeah.
What do you got, chat? What do we think of the logo?
What are we thinking?
What do we think of the logo?
No, the logo.
fucking fire, man. It looks so good.
I love it.
That's great.
Fantasy Dogs, Quids, everybody, thanks for hanging out. We'll be back tomorrow. I think everyone rocked out. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for listening. And have a good night, man. Peace out. We'll catch you tomorrow.
Peace.